Shiva as Adi Yogi, the first yogi, and he transmitting this knowledge to the Sapta Rishis predates all religion. We don't see Shiva as a god who sits in heaven. He was always here, he belonged to this planet, in this region, in the Himalayan region.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another video. Today we are reacting to a very old and very rare Sadhguru's video on Kailash. This video, you can just see the potency of this man, the amount of energy he has, how full he is, and we're going to watch the entire video. I'm going to get some commentary on this because I've been to Kailash and I want to share all my experiences. So without further ado, let's get going. Let's watch the show.
Journey that will help me leapfrog from the logical to the magical. The energy of the place is such that it promises to blast my third eye open. My couch and I have been invited on...
That's a little bit of a misunderstanding. It's not going to blast your third eye open unless you do it yourself. But no doubt, that is the most spiritual place on earth. You'll be saturated with spiritual energy. Nobody can miss it. I don't care who you are. It's just amazing. You have to go there, okay? Just trust me.
A once-in-a-lifetime sojourn by the motorcycle and mountaineering yogi Sadhguru to Kailash Mansarovar. Firstly, thank you so much for inviting us. Thank you. It really has been our pleasure.
You left out a lot of things by saying just motorcycles and mountains.
Please complete it.
No, I'll leave it to you.
This is your 6th year to great success. In fact, this year you've taken on 600 people here to Kailash Mansarovar.
Nearly 600.
Why is it important to bring so many people here?
Kailash is the greatest mystical library on the planet. Anything that any human being would ever want to know about himself or the cosmos is here in a certain form. Not all of them who come here will be able to decipher that, but nobody can go without feeling the power of it. So the idea of bringing people here is to give them an experience which clearly tells them that what they know is not everything.
Do you feel fully prepared to take on the responsibility of all these people?
Absolutely, otherwise I would take all kinds of risks with my life, but not with yours.
Well, I'm grateful for that.
Well, it's going to be fun.
Sadhguru oftentimes said that on any Kailash trek that he is going to make sure that you stay alive. He has various spiritual technologies to make that happen, to make you avoid death. I'm just curious how that works. I think it's something to do with a cotton string that is wrapped around you, but that's reassuring.
When a human being recognizes, constantly becomes aware that there is a lot more to life than the way he knows it, he becomes humble, he becomes gentle.
So that's the cotton thread that is tied around your wrist. I had this done to me in Nepal, and this works. I'm beginning to learn these technologies and tools, so we'll make something similar when we go to Kailash.
The Abhay Sutra is being tied, which is a sacred ritual, just to remind us that we are blessed and…
Sadhguru takes the cotton thread and energizes it powerfully. He spends some time with it for a few seconds and then he gives it out. People wrap it around and that energy is connected to you the entire time. And it's a kind of like a leash. You can't go and do wild things. This will always keep you contained in some ways. So I think this is why he says that he is going to make sure you don't die, because he has a kind of rope around you so you don't, so that's very good. So you don't go away.
God or Sadhguru will be with us through our whole journey in Mansarovar.
When we get into meditative states, we begin to experience what is beyond our physical experience. The physical manifestation of it, as you see it, is the heightened breathing, the body shaking. But what happens within me is absolutely indescribable.
A lot of your devotees just lose control. What happens?
Not lose control, transcend. Just that when you break some barriers, some machines make noise. Some will do it quietly, more efficient machines, others make noise.
Physically, I felt like the energy, I can describe it as like maybe heat kind of sensation they went through, and so I don't care why it's happening, it's happening, I want to experience it.
That's not needed or necessary. I think it's the Indian culture in general that these things are seen as okay. They're not seen as taboo. In the West, if you had some powerful experiences, you'd probably stay quiet because it's just a culture. But yeah, if you go to any Indian initiation, people scream all the time. People were screaming when I was initiated into Shambho Mahamudra in 2019 with Sadhguru in Toronto. That was wild. And I understood why they were screaming. It was justified. The amount of energy that I had going in my body, I was, my God. And it took every ounce of me not to open my eyes because of the sheer intensity. So some people were screaming because maybe they were seeing the devil or something. Not really, but they were definitely seeing Shiva. Wow.
Sadhguru, are you a good driver?
You will see.
Oh!
Sadhguru is the best driver. Let's be real.
Roads from here to the Tibet border is mountainous but pretty good. Here and there there'll be a few landslides, but a couple of river crossings, and that's okay.
Yeah, the road from Kathmandu to the Chinese border was fairly nice, except with the very end. And in general, the roads from the Chinese border all the way to Kailash were just smooth. So the Chinese have paved the road all the way up to the mountain. You can just drive literally like you're on the highway. It's fantastic.
Hey, look at this waterfall on the car. Get this.
But the road…
That must be nice to be in the same car that Sadhguru is driving. That's probably the safest driver in the world. One of. I would definitely feel very safe driving in his car.
It's in Tibet. Maybe about 5% roads, 20% mud roads, 75% no roads.
That already has been paved. It's just pure road in Tibet.
Now, many times you have said this, that religion is spirituality gone bad. And yet you talk about one of Hinduism's greatest gods, Shiva, in such length. How does that match?
Shiva as Adi Yogi, the first yogi, and he transmitting this knowledge to the Sapta Rishis predates all religion. We don't see Shiva as a god who sits in heaven. He was always here, he belonged to this planet, in this region, in the Himalayan region.
In Hindus, this is the biggest pilgrimage. Like Muslims, it's a Kaaba.
I was born in a family with Christian religion.
I was raised a Catholic. My first husband was Jewish. Then, and I changed my religion to Judaism, and then I went back to Catholic, and now I'm nothing.
Even I…
That's very wise.
I read a lot of books of many religions. You can find anyway the same philosophy. So this is it, just to experience it, not to think about it, just to feel it.
I just want to experience it before I die.
I think that there is a spirituality out there that I find fascinating.
This idea that you could evolve.
I think that there is a spirituality out there that I find fascinating.
This idea that you could evolve was simply absent in the West. It is only Charles Darwin who brought the idea into people's minds that it's possible to evolve. There's another way to be. Even animals are doing it. You can also do it. That idea opened up. Even today in the West, only those people who subscribe to the theory of evolution seek spirituality. Others don't.
Listening to Sadhguru, and when he says that when you begin to experience things which are beyond the physical is really the starting point. So I'm hoping this is a starting point for me.
He's a religious scientist who doesn't believe in any mumbo jumbo. He speaks in few words. He doesn't believe in any faith. He just tells you, you do it, you do certain ways, you will get it. You don't do it certain ways, you won't get it.
Yeah, that is definitely the intention to, to realize the ultimate truth.
Oof. By the way, this video, you can just tell the moments that are going to come up. You can see Sadhguru's energy so powerfully. And we're going to see that. We're going to witness that. This is, I think they're walking now to Kailash. This is the western face. And this place is just phenomenal energy. So you can also drive a car all the way from China to the actual north face of Kailash. But it's not recommended. You want to walk this length because the energy that you see here. So definitely, if we go in 2026, we'll walk.
His philosophy is just go inside, go to in, don't look outside, just go in and you're gonna find everything.
I will be there and I will feel it. I will watch for each of my steps as I walk over the Shiva.
When you say Shiva, this is the most significant aspect of him, that he brought this possibility not only as an idea but as a technology to consciously evolve yourself to a completely different dimension than the way you are right now. One thing is, Manasarovar is the one of the few remnants of Tethys Sea. The two remnants of Tethys that are left today are Aral Sea and Manasarovar. So right now Manasarovar, which was at mean sea level some time ago, whenever that was, today is at 14,500 feet above mean sea level. So the ocean has risen to that point. It used to be a…
What he's saying is that, well, let me finish this.
Saltwater water body, but now it's become sweet water because of its dissociation with the oceans for a long time.
So a long time ago, the continents were all clumped together and there was a huge ocean surrounding the entire planet. And as the continents began to shift and merge, the tectonic plates arose up and they pulled some parts of the ocean with it. And this was that ocean, and it's right now in the Himalayas. So the earth kind of scooped up some water and pulled it up to the heavens. So this is one of the remnants of that entire gigantic ocean that once existed, which is Lake Manasarovar. And lots of spiritual and weird stuff happens there. Sadhguru also talks about that.
No, I think because of the road work that they're doing. Half the lake has turned brown. Such a thing has never happened before. It would be very translucent, azure kind of color always.
How bad was the night for you?
Yeah, I think there was a cloud burst at around 2:30. That's all we know. Then after that, it was raining heavily.
I thought I'm going to die. I couldn't breathe. My whole heart was constricted. But Sadhguru came. He calmed me down. He gave me some oxygen. I was also very sad. I mean, whether I'll be able to make it or not, I have come from so far.
I'm facing diarrhea, maybe because of bad water and food. That's not because of high altitude, knowing anything about it.
In all my days, I've never been this high.
And nothing's happened to you?
I feel a little short of breath.
I'm having headaches.
Yeah, the altitude is a real deal. I have never experienced high altitude before in my life until I went here, and oh my God, wow. Nobody can prepare you. You can't really prepare for this. It is like you walk 5 meters and you have to stop and you have to take a breath. You have to breathe. It's not like anywhere else. It's not like on sea level. And you get headaches, and the first night on going into the north face of Kailash's hotel, I was trying to sleep and my heart was palpitating so fast. And I thought, am I going to get a heart attack? Am I going to even survive this? I could barely breathe. And finally, I learned some breathing techniques to calm me down, and I fell short asleep. So I made it. I survived. Spoiler alert.
Since yesterday, when we got here, and
I haven't seen anybody do this, but it looks like it would work. As I'm seeing this, I can see this spinning clockwise would do something with altitude sickness. So it's interesting.
I had a little bit of diarrhea this morning, which that part is better now.
I feel it a little bit, but I'm...
Also, the food is not so... I mean, the food was great the last time that I went, but the unhygienic environments and the unsanitary places, I could just imagine how the food is being prepared. Maybe I don't want to imagine. Yet still, lots of cooked food, lots of dry food, and not the best if you want to be energetic and vibrant. So ideally, you would want more fruits and more vegetables. So we'll see what we can do in next time. We go.
I'm used to such a high and different weather condition, but now I'm okay. You just have to eat a little bit and we're okay.
Are you getting a lot of people coming to you just for a little moral support? And
This is that video that I'm talking about, or that clip, that you could just see Sadhguru's energy, how full, the fullness that he has. So full with energy, so full with life, so full with himself, so full of himself.
And
They're all meditative, they don't need moral support. They're quite fine.
what has happened to your conversation with the rain gods?
Right now I'm having a conversation with the Puris.
In both ways.
Yeah, it
What a
was
man.
a miserable night.
Wow.
We thought he was
He says he's having a conversation with the bread, the puri, I think. That's funny.
having congestive heart failure, but I was feeling so low, the lowest of my life, because... I'm sorry.
And now will you just head back?
Yeah, because all the time he was telling me, Sadhguru will take care of me, don't worry, don't worry. But being a woman, I have my worry about my husband.
I knew that, and
No, don't talk. No, don't talk, sir.
This has to come down, no? Because if you start walking, again it is going to...
Altitude started taking its toll on the Yatris. Will we make it to Mount Kailash at 17,000 feet? Find out after this short break.
They're not even at Kailash yet.
Shiva Shambho Shambho Shiva Shambho Shambho Shiva Shambho Shambho Shiva Shambho.
I am here with Sadhguru at Mount Kailash on a journey that is a once-in-a-lifetime piece. Sadhguru is going to do a process with all of us. I am participating. That apparently is going to warm our bodies in such a way that we're not going to feel the cold of Mansarovar as we walk into the water.
I don't know. The first time I saw that clip of Sadhguru taking his hands and sprinkling around, I could just see the magic that he's doing. He's doing some occult process. This guy's just lovely.
That we're not going to feel the cold of Mansarovar as we walk into the water.
That's the throat chakra at work.
I know you're asking me.
Yeah.
How was it for you?
It was ice cold. It was, my feet are so cold. I can't believe it. I don't know how they're in there. Oh my God, look at Sadhguru and that guy.
Yeah, Lake Manasovar is extremely cold pretty much all year round. I put my feet in there and it was like, wow, pins and needles in my feet. So not easy thing to get into.
My God, look at Sadhguru and that guy. It's amazing, isn't it? That's faith.
I would like to experience what Sadhguru is experiencing right now, or the perception that he has looking towards the lake. I want to see what he's saying.
Why for someone like me, who is intrinsically happy, in love with life, passionate about everything I do, why is it necessary for me to have a guru?
Guru is not for somebody for whose life has gone bad. If their life has gone bad, physically they need a doctor, or maybe they need a couch and a psychiatrist and a shrink, okay? Only when life is good, the longing to know something more, the longing to explore the larger space of life will come into you. Otherwise, when survival is a question, you will not think of spiritual process. It doesn't matter how good it is right now. Wouldn't you want to like to expand the horizons of your life? Isn't this the longing of every human being, whatever he may be doing?
But do I need a guru for that expansion?
How would you go into terrain that you do not know? How do you go into terrain that you're unaware of? You wouldn't even know it exists unless somebody who's been there comes and explains it to you. So similarly, if you're walking a different terrain which is not known to you, what is your problem in using a live road map?
Sadhguru, all set?
Yeah, all set. We thought we'll drive up, but we just explored and came. The water is more than 3.5 feet deep.
Oh. How was the trek up to Mount Kailash?
Horrendous.
So they are in the north face. It looks like this was years ago. This was recorded many years ago. I don't exactly know the year. I can tell you. Give me a moment. I can tell you the year this was recorded, or maybe not. I'll give you an approximate date, maybe 2007, something like that. At least. No, 14 years ago this was uploaded, so however long 14 years ago was. And there has been already 2 hotels built. They're pretty nice hotels. Nice meaning you can sleep, and that's just about it. There's no toilets, by the way. The toilets are just, I hope nobody ever needs to go use them. You're better off going behind a rock somewhere than using those toilets. But that's the way it is. Hopefully in the future more infrastructure will be built here so that it's a proper living space and people can spend more time here. But yeah, it looks like they're in the peak of it all. Let's continue.
It hailed, it rained, the wind was blowing madly. I thought I was never going to get here.
So what kept you going?
Because there's no way I could turn back. I had to keep going.
If you could, would you have turned back?
No, I wanted to get here.
I was
they are there.
literally dying in Saga. High altitude, no breath, slipping out of my body.
Whoa.
I thought I was never going
I
to
think
get
there
here.
are...
So what kept you going?
Because there's no way I could turn back. I had to keep going. If you could, would you have turned back? No, I wanted to get here.
I was literally dying in Saga. High altitude.
This looks like they're going around Kailash. They're making the clockwise trek all around. This is not something that I'm planning to do next year. Better that we stay in the north face of Kailash for 1 or 2 extra days and then spend the rest of the time in the south face than to go around. It's not really necessary to do so. The north face of Kailash has everything you want, and it's fantastic.
No breath, slipping out of my body. Sadhguru said one thing.
It's very hard to trek.
Take my breath and come here. And today I'm feeling so rejuvenated, feeling good, feeling young. I walked all the space. Wow, I think every human being should experience this.
So excellent, excited. इधर आने के बाद जो पिक्चर देखा है, जो भगवान का फुल मूर्ति देखा है, वो जिंदगी में उसको भूल नहीं सकता हूँ.
This is the west face, and it looks like volcanic rocks or volcanoes all around, and then Kailash is just something totally unique. Yeah, and the waterfalls that fall down, you can drink fresh, clean, pristine water that drips from Kailash's snow right there. And that's just nothing. That just doesn't beat, nothing beats it.
How hard was the trek?
It was hard, but I'm here.
How are you feeling now?
I'm feeling just a little bit breathless, but I'm okay.
And Mr. Slovenia, you have made it. How tough was it?
Not so tough. It was quite easy.
But then it's taken you quite long.
Yeah, I have to run forward and backwards to find some pony for the lost ones or the business and all the stuff. So it's very different. It's a little bit different than the other mountains around. It's so black or something like this, so it's really something special.
It almost looks like granite, right?
Yes, always look like. In some way, there is some spiritual feeling. You're by your own, with the mountains, with all this beauty around. So you're, in some way, you're connected to the gods or something like that. So.
अभी देखो इस छोटे से जर्नी में आपका बोझ आप नहीं ले पा रहे हो, आपको पोर्टर की जरूरत पड़ रही है. बट इन योर आफ्टर लाइफ जब आप मर जाओगे, आपके जो कर्म है उसके लिए आपके पास कोई पोर्टर नहीं होगा. यू पिक योर ओन कर्मा. सो ऐसे काफ़ी सारे जो सवाल हैं मन में अबाउट स्पिरिचुअल थिंग्स, उसके आपको जवाब मिल जाते हैं ऐसे जर्नीज में.
कल की यादें तेरी इस पल का बस साया है. कल की बातें तेरी तेरे मन की माया है. बस इस पल को तू जी ले. What makes you different from other gurus that exist?
I don't know, I have not seen any.
Who would you say in today's modern day would you call gurus? Anyone?
Oh, don't get me there. A saint will help you to be comfortable with where you are. A guru will disturb everything about your life. Because unless you are unsettled here, you will not move to the next dimension of life, you will not even seek it. Because the nature of the couch and comfort is like that.
So destruction is needed, a destruction, my friends. Shiva.
I'll teach you a chant that you can do when you're walking down, that goes well with walking. You must throw your voice like I do.
I'll try.
Shiva, 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 Shivaya.
Shiva, 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 Shivaya.
This is the last step.
Wow. Look at that view. That's glorious. And you can really feel this energy. I can feel it. Whew. Yeah. To climb from the hotel, which we saw some clips of people talking next to the hotel room, to all the way, going up all the way, basically touching the north face of Kailash. It has approximately an hour, hour and a half climb. And it's so difficult. So difficult, meaning even if you have no backpack on or anything, you walk for 5–10 meters and you have to stop and breathe for 30 seconds. At least I did. But it's all worth it because that's the heavenly glory that exists there and sits there.
To reach something more than it is ordinary life, you just have to be quiet and walk. You and your God, whatever it is.
You see Kailash, only the way it appears in your eye, isn't it? If you look at it in a certain way, this human form is a certain kind of gadget and the most sophisticated gadget on the planet, isn't it?
Yes.
So I'm only helping people to use this gadget in the highest possible way.
And in the highest possible region.
They're pretty close. This goes much higher, but it's much more difficult, and it's also dangerous to go up there because the surrounding side mountains that you see, the rocks tumble down. And it's also very dangerous to go towards the north face because if you're going all the way up to the mountain, the snow melts and rocks fall down. So it's not something that you want to experience. a rock falling down on your head, I mean. So Sadhguru is taking vibhuti, or sacred ash, usually rice, special type of rice that's burnt up into ash and mixed with most likely Kailash water, and taking his thumb and pressing it to the third eye of the people, the participants, and pushing his energy into their third eye for some awakening to happen. And this can be done with such a place, with Kailash, because Kailash is a rejuvenating energy. You can pretty much go until you're exhausted. So it replenishes you. You can't really do this on a mass scale without an energy source like this, because you push your energies into somebody's third eye, you can do 1 or 2 people or 3, and then you're exhausted, or you have nothing left. So that's the way it is. Yeah, that's the time to cry. Oof, they're really up there now. Very close. So that's it, my friends and ladies and gentlemen. We're going to end it off here. If you want to get to know Kailash, if you want to touch Kailash's energies, I highly recommend you go to shivakailash.com and purchase yourself this Rudraksha bead, this particular red one. I bought this from Nepal. And why should you buy this? Why is this going to help you to get closer to Kailash? Because objects can be energized. You can put energy into objects, and I have done exactly that with these particular beads. So the way that I package it, the way that it's going to arrive to you, this will have Kailash's energies. And you touch it, you put it on, you wear it on your body for 30 minutes. You'll absorb this, and it is one step closer to this glorious mountain. Highly suggest you do so. shivakailash.com. Free shipping is included, or shipping is included with the price. I think it's very fair, so buy it. And you'll be very thankful that you did. This is an intelligence of its own. You wear this, it protects you. It has so many benefits. It's unreal. And yeah, so Sadhguru is here with Kailash. Wow, to go to Kailash with Sadhguru must be such a blessing. I want to show you one more thing. This is a picture of Kailash that I took when I last went, and arguably this is one of the best photos of Kailash in the entire world. Why do I say this? Because you can see Kailash's entire energy blueprint from this one photo. You can see everything, and not every photo of Kailash is like that. Anyways, it's just something cool that I wanted to mention and show. So my plan is to go to Kailash in 2026, which is next year in July. Is it going to come to fruition? I have no idea. Whatever the forces of nature decide, but that's my intention. That's my goal. I want to go towards that. And if you want to reserve your spot to go with me, then you can go to shivakailash.com and also reserve your spot. I recommend you do so. And if you go, your life will be transformed totally and entirely and completely. So I want to take people to Kailash. It's one of the most remarkable places on earth, if not the most. Let's just be honest, it is the most that I've seen. Maybe there's something better, but I don't think so. I doubt it. And we'll go. So save up your money. You need at least, I don't know, $3,000, $5,000 US dollars, $2,000 for the return ticket flight back, and then $2,000 or $3,000 for the actual trip itself. And everything is included. The hotels, the food, the everything you can think of is included. And yeah, we're all going to go, and you're going to get to experience this glorious place, and it's going to be fantastic, and it's going to be a dream come true of mine. So I want to take many more people to Kailash. I want to take millions of people to Kailash. That's probably unlikely, but I have taken however many people have watched this video. That's how many people I invited to Kailash, at least on a small scale. So I hope you enjoyed. That's it. Visit shivakailash.com, buy yourself some spiritual stuff, especially the Rudraksha, spiritual items. And that's it. I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.